You're watching the Ram Pump Wizard. In today's Ram Pump video, I'm testing out water usage based on input head pressure. In other words, if you have a low input head pressure, how much water is used, and if you have a high input head pressure, how much water is used. So enjoy the video. So here's the setup. I've got a 5-gallon bucket as my water source, and I have it on the second step, which is approximately 2 feet. So the 3/4 inch drive pipe will come down here, dropping 2 feet to the pump. I'm going to get a pressure reading on this setup, and also time how long it takes for the Ram pump to drain the water until the pump stops from this height here. And then we will be moving up 2 steps and 2 steps to see what the difference is in pressure and time that the pump will drain that 5 gallons. For consistency, I have the water level at the very top of the bucket. The drive pipe is full of water, and it comes down here to the pump. So I'm going to start the stopwatch as soon as the pump starts to cycle on its own. And then we'll get a PSI rating and a time. Okay, here we go. Open the drive pipe, and it's off. Let's go ahead and start that watch and see how long it takes to drain the bucket and what pressure we build up to this 2-foot drop. Okay, running close to the end here. The valve starts to close at a slower and slower pace. So when that last cycle happens, we will stop the watch. Okay, I got 2 minutes and 45 seconds, 44 PSI. That's pretty great. Remember, that's a PSI at a closed off delivery pipe. So 44 and 245. Round 2, the bucket has been moved up to the 4th step of this ladder, which is approximately 4 foot. And I had to add this board because the angle was flexing on the Unisil here. So hopefully that doesn't affect things too much. But once again, bucket's full to the top. The air is out of the drive pipe, which means it's time to begin our test again here. I've also cleared out the pressure from the pump. So I'm gonna get ready to start this. All right, timer is going. Oh, pump just took itself apart. Oh no. Let's redo that, and I'll have to maybe hold this thing. What that says to me is there is a lot more pressure than the previous. Let's see what we're up to down here at halfway. Yeah, 52 PSI is where we were on that 1 minute and 20 seconds. Okay, let's try this again. I've added a couple of rocks to keep that from happening, hopefully, but it also makes it more efficient. So the test is already a little bit less professional than I'd like. So let's go ahead and get this going again. All right, timer is on. Increasing by just 2 feet makes this pump really hit hard. We're at 64 PSI right now at 1 minute and 6 seconds. Okay, we're now at 2:26 on our time. Still just popping away here. The pressure seems to have settled at 64. Okay, there's 3 minutes. So we're already 15 seconds better on this one. All right, let's call it. I've got 3 minutes and 39 seconds. It almost lasted 1 minute longer than the previous, and pressure got up to 64 PSI. All right, let's go ahead and move it up one more time and see what we get. This test may go a little bit wild. I've got a 6-foot drop coming down, same pipe. We're gonna do our same test here. I anticipate this pressure getting up over 70, so it may knock some stuff loose here, but we'll just run with it. Okay, here we go. All right, starting immediately there. Whoop, forgot to put the rocks on there. Okay, here we go. Timer is going, pressure is building, Pressure shot up really quick on that one. We are at 76 PSI. Ridiculous. I'm a little afraid that my Unisil is gonna break through here. It's kind of close, but so far it's holding. Okay, yeah, 76 seems to be where it has stopped. Still holding steady at 74, or 76, excuse me. I'm seeing that this one's gonna stop a little bit earlier because my bucket has so much more of a forward tilt. It's gonna pull water earlier than the previous test, but let's see what we get here. Yeah, I just heard it pull some air. All right, let's call it 4 minutes on the dot. So from those numbers, you can see that the lower head pressure used more water because it ran out of water quicker on our time than the higher. And also, of course, the higher up you go, the more head pressure and the more pressure you'll have for the delivery. So if you have a setup that is a low head pressure, you're going to have more gallons per minute to operate the pump. So just keep that in mind. As you can see, with low input head pressure, the valve takes longer to close and uses more water, versus when you have high head pressure, the valve closes easily and uses less water. So keep that in mind whenever you're setting up your ram pump. Now also keep in mind that there is a point at which the pump has too much head pressure. It tries to push out too much water out the delivery and the pump will stop. It's called back pressure loss. So you'll have to experiment to see if you can go 6 inches or a foot higher than you need to use less water. Now keep in mind you can also tilt and turn the valve to adjust based on the input head pressure. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this ram pump video helpful. I'm the Ram Pump Wizard, and I'll see you in the next one.